last year. It says, could it deliver the same high value yields banks oppose in stablecoins by mirroring savings accounts as tokens and paying yields at the bank level instead? So a couple things there. Tokenized deposits are the way around stablecoins. Like, I've already had multiple conversations with banks, and they are definitely going to tokenize deposits, and they will be able to pay you a yield on that. They won't be able to pass you the yield on the stablecoin if you're holding it, at least how things sit today. If, Coinbase has their opinions on this, but I don't know that they're going to win on it. They're trying to kind of go back and change things in the Clarity Act versus how they were passed in the Genius Bill. I think that you will be able to earn a yield on the tokenized deposits. Not so sure on the stable coins. I think stable coins are going to be primarily used by institutions for their own internal settlement. Citi's stablecoin will be for their bank. Goldman's stablecoin will be for their bank. Bank of America has their own. JP Morgan has their own. These banks aren't going to want to hold the counterparty's stablecoin because they would rather issue their own and be able to hold the treasuries and generate the yield off of that, right? Like, there's an inherent value to holding your own stablecoins over somebody else's. Tokenized deposits, on the other hand, yeah, you'll be able to swap between your money market and your tokenized deposit, or earn a yield on your tokenized deposit there at the bank. And if they're able to earn 2/5 more money on your money than they are today, they're going to be much more willing to pay out a yield to you to be able to aggregate more of that capital, right? But Ripple themselves, so Ripple is an enterprise B2B solution provider. They're going to deal with institutions. They're going to deal with enterprises. They do treasury management. I don't think they're ever going to have a product that's directly consumer facing. Now, that's not to say they wouldn't work with some of their counterparty to disseminate that or democratize access to it to retail or consumers. Brad actually talked about that today at XRP Community Day. He said, they're excited to work with partners to be able to create consumer-facing products, but it's not something that they themselves will be doing, even though they have the regulatory license as a federally chartered bank. They're working on institutional flows, again, enterprise payments, large value payments, back-end settlement. That's where the money is. Again, people go where the money is. Retail is not where the money is. And so that's their focus, but that's not to say that they won't work with other counterparties to get some of that stuff to market. And I am, extremely excited for that here in 2026, because I do think a lot of those solutions will be made available to retail that are holding larger amounts of XRP. All right. Again, awesome questions. I love doing these. I love coming on here on Monday and Wednesday nights and hanging out with you guys. It's a little late for some people. A lot of people listen back to these later on, but I get a kick out of it. It's fulfilling for me. So I appreciate y'all taking the time.